Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Unlocking the Paradigm Portal. My name is Sarah. Happy Wednesday morning. So, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, and I want you to bring to mind the person you are stepping into. And I don't mean the fantasy idea, I don't mean the someday that'll happen version. I mean, who are you actively choosing to be? Like a real identity that is already forming, and that version of you that feels stronger and more decisive and more grounded in what matters and more willing to lead your own life. The one who is flipping the middle finger to everybody else, having a say in it. And you can feel that person showing up in small ways, like in the moments when you speak with more clarity, or in the moments when you choose what expands you, or in the moments when you follow through instead of circling back through old patterns that you've outgrown. That's not random. That is what I would call emergence. And here is the key. You don't become that person by waiting for a big transformation. You become them by how you move on ordinary days, like your average Wednesday, because identity is built in motion. So today it's not about preparing to become. Today is about practicing becoming that person. And the person that you are choosing to be moves with intention, and they decide what matters, and then they give their energy there. And they choose direction over distraction. And they treat their time and energy like something valuable. You know why? Because it is. And they don't rush and they don't scatter themselves everywhere. They move with a steady, grounded focus. So when you step into that energy, your actions start aligning automatically. And you don't have to force discipline, because direction creates discipline and purpose organizes your behavior. So when you know who you're choosing to become, your life begins arranging itself around that identity. And massive change rarely comes from one big dramatic moment. It comes from these consistent aligned choices, and it might look like sending the message that you've been thinking about, or making the appointment that supports your growth, or starting before everything feels perfectly lined up, or choosing rest so that your energy levels stay strong, and investing time into what builds your future. And here's a big one: completing what you begin. These are quiet actions, but they carry enormous power, because each one strengthens the identity of someone who moves forward. Because momentum doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency. And every time you follow through, you build evidence. And it's evidence that you can rely on yourself. It's evidence that your intentions translate into action. And it's evidence that your life is moving in a direction that you chose. Because self-trust is one of the most powerful forces that you can build. And once you trust yourself, hesitation loses its grip. So the more that you take intentional action and movement toward this person you want to become, the more your self-trust is going to grow. And then decisions become cleaner and energy becomes focused. And you stop second guessing every step. You move and then you adjust as you go. That is how leaders move. And that is how builders move. And that's how the person that you are becoming moves. So that person isn't waiting somewhere far away. They are built through these repetitive choices. It's through the way that you carry yourself, through the standards you live by, through the choices that you make when no one is watching. That's a big one. You make the choices for yourself, not because other people are observing them. That person that you are choosing to become, they are you in practice. They are you in motion. They are you choosing alignment again and again. And every action is a vote for that identity. And every follow through strengthens that structure. And every step builds the life that matches who you know you're meant to be. So today, don't focus on becoming someone new. Focus on moving like the person you already feel emerging. Move with intention, move with clarity, move with follow through, move with respect for your own energy. So I'm going to ask you to choose one action today that aligns with who you are stepping into and complete it fully. And I'm doing this too. You are not alone in this. And I don't mean do this halfway, and I don't mean do this someday or wait until just before bed, but today. because identity is not built by thinking about change. You can sit and twiddle your thumbs and daydream and fantasize about all the changes you want to make. Guess what? You're just a daydreamer that's lost in your head. And there's nothing wrong with daydreamers, but the real leaders, they take charge and they take those daydreams and they put them into action. And all of this change, it's built by lived decisions. And the more you move like the person you are choosing to be, the more natural it becomes. Until one day you look around and you realize you're not trying to become them anymore. You are them. And from there, you build everything else. And that is where the magic starts. So thank you for joining me. I will be back Friday morning. As always, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday evenings at 9 p.m. are the Light in the Dark. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. are all the Unlocking the Paradigm Portal episodes. And on Sundays, I am doing my deep dives. And super fun fact, this Sunday is going to be an interview with none other than my daughter. So she is a feisty, wise, crazy emotionally mature teenager. So this will be interesting. So thank you for joining me this morning and have a wonderful day. And please leave in the comments, what is the thing that you are going to do today? And I will see you next time.